Hi, everyone. Welcome back to She Blurbs podcast. Today's guest is Lisa Drennon. Hi, Lisa.
Hi, thanks for having
Well,
me.
thank you for coming on. So, can you tell our listeners a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, my name is Lisa Drennon. I'm 53 years young. I
Oh,
have been with my husband for 32 years. We have three children, all adults, 35, 27, and 23. We also have a beautiful grandbaby that's 9 months old and a little fur baby who thinks she's human. So I'm still working full time. I have 3 more years to go at my career job, and I have been a coach and a mentor for since 1994. I've been involved in some kind of mentorship program, coaching program, as a
oh,
volunteer, and realized I can actually do this for a side gig a year ago. So
oh, nice. So, what inspired you to become how do you pronounce it, a Ola life coach? Am I pronouncing it right?
Oola.
Oola.
Yep, Oola. Oola. Oola is oola la, the French expression when you feel balanced and joy filled in all areas of your life. I was on a healing journey. By the time I was 17, I was pregnant 3 times, and I chose to have two abortions, and I didn't realize how it devastated my life and my emotions. I didn't even know what a feeling was until I was 40 years old. And I had been through counseling and all of that, and nothing seemed to work. I was just super angry, and I didn't know why. I didn't know that that was the cause, and that I had so much hurt and fear and shame and guilt. I turned to unhealthy coping mechanisms. I was overeating, over drinking, and overspending, and I could not figure out what was wrong with me. I knew it was me, not everybody else, even though I was fighting with everybody and I wanted to blame everyone. I knew it was me. So in 2013, I was introduced to Ann Voskamp's book, 1000 Gifts, Dare to Live Life Differently. And I love challenges. There was a challenge: write 10 things that you're grateful for a day, up to 1,000, and the reason why. Started changing my heart. And as my heart changed, I'm a Christian. I became saved in 1979. Obviously, I totally messed up after that. God is forgiving. And on my healing journey, I'm like begging him to change me because I was so miserable and so mean. And I was spending so much time people pleasing, spinning all these plates, and I just wanted peace. So in 2014, I started focusing on peace and I started understanding what feelings were. In 2016, he introduced me to this modality of just talking and praying and writing out my thoughts. And I connected with a mentor who helped me process all my feelings and identify them properly. And each year, he added something new to my journey of healing. And I was introduced to Young Living Essential Oils, which brought me to Aroma Freedom. I
oh,
did a 5 minute session. It lifted a weight, a burden that I had had in 5 minutes. And I was like, what just happened? So I learned about that, became certified, and started helping people through this process. At the same time, I was introduced to the Oola framework, which is balancing 7 key areas of your life. And I learned how to set goals, how to say no, let my no be no, my yes be yes, and really just put God in the center of my life and focus on my family, faith, friends, the 7 key areas. And at the same time, I learned how to figure out where the blockers were in me, and that the shame and the guilt and the people pleasing were all coping mechanisms I was using because I didn't truly forgive myself. So after Oola, I connected with an author's coach because I was struggling to find how I was going to deliver the Oola program to my ideal clients. I didn't know who they were. So the author met with me and did an outline and said, "You have a book in you." I'm like, "No, I'm not writing a book. That's ridiculous." He goes, "No, no, you got a book in you." Yep. I published my book in February, Forgiving the Girl Inside, Finding Balance, Freedom, and Fun in Your Life. It's my story. And it's how the modality of the one word, the gratitude, attitude of gratitude, just changing my thoughts, captivating my thoughts, using this framework, how it really helped me change who I am and how I perceive things. And just it totally transformed my whole entire life.
that's amazing. So, can we purchase your book on the link that I linked below, your website?
Yes, it is. I actually just revamped my website, so it's
Oh,
kind of hidden, but it is available on Amazon, Target, Barnes and Noble, everywhere
oh,
on the web. It's available.
nice. I'm gonna go get that. I definitely
Yeah.
need that kind of change in my life. Definitely. So, what specific areas do you focus on when you do your coaching?
finance and emotional fitness.
Oh,
So I found a lot of people they have emotional spending problems like I did, and they might be really good at saving for retirement, which was me, but they had no emergency savings and they were using credit cards for
yeah,
therapy. So every time I got upset, oh, what's for sale on Amazon? Or let's
yeah.
go shopping. Let's buy a brand new pair of shoes. And I don't know how many purses I had at one time. I was just like, this has to stop. And one of the things, I've always been a Dave Ramsey fan. So I've always followed that everyday budget, but I could never, I got all the baby steps down, but then I would build up this debt every time I got into emotional spending patterns. And I didn't know why. Oola, I'm a certified Green Gap coach as well for Oola. And Oola taught me the emotional aspect of it. Like, why am I using this as a coping mechanism? Why can't I just process my feelings and work through them? So when I learned that process, I also implemented their green gap formula, which gives you 10% fun money. And when
Oh,
you're not stuck on this budget of, okay, I got my four walls and I got to do 10% in savings and 10% tithe and 10% over here, I get 10% fun money. So I love it. So, and I have to spend it. You have to spend your 10% money every single month. And it's a
oh,
game
okay.
changer. Yeah. So for the first time in my life, I actually have an emergency savings account. And it was always like I built it up and then I would spend it. Like,
Yeah.
the old adage, I had this mindset and this is how I was raised. Money goes where money is. You have to borrow from Peter to pay Paul. Every time you build up an emergency fund, an emergency happens. So every time I built up my emergency fund, something would happen. And I'm like, why can't I get ahead? And so I kept telling myself these lies, and I believed him. We believe what we receive. We receive what we believe. When I stopped telling myself the lies, that's when I started seeing the shift.
Nice. Wow. I have Dave Ramsey's books. I have two of them, and I'm not following them. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm definitely I'm gonna do it. Like, if my mom can do it, and if you can do it, I know I can do it. Like, I do that too. I do it spending a lot. So
Yeah.
what do you love most about coaching?
I love watching the transformation of my clients. I love seeing them go from being stubborn and prideful to being totally free and making changes in their thought process and their attitudes and just really soaring. My program is called Soar to Your Highest Potential, and Soar stands for Seeking Our Authentic Route to Our Highest Potential. And it really just, they get to know who they are and how they're designed by God for greatness and how they're to serve with their own gifts and talents. I work with brand new coaches and I help them launch their business or scale up their business. But a lot of them have the tools, but they don't know how to use them. They're overwhelmed. And they go to these coaches that, okay, here, do 10 things at once. And they're like, I can't do it. So they get confused and they don't know, they don't know what their mission statement is. They don't know why they're doing it. They just know they want to help and they want to earn a living so they can quit their 9 to 5. So
Mhm.
I help them build the foundation. I help them rewire their thought process and I help them authentically serve and using their gifts and talents and how they want to do it. So I teach them the marketing aspect of it, what's the best way for them to utilize to optimize their accounts, whether they want to go through social media. I have a lot of clients that actually do in-person
Oh.
coaching. So there's still some of those coaches out there who like to meet face to face, don't like Zoom.
I like those kind of coaches. This is one of the questions outside of the questions I was going to ask you, but I forgot I was going to ask. But so with the people that you help, I completely forgot the question. Like, it went away whenever we was talking. But what is the biggest challenge that you helped one of your clients through?
I would say my biggest challenge with my clients is letting them I can't they come in with the mindset that I can change them
Mhm.
and I have to rewire their thoughts to help them understand that if they do the work, they will
Mhm.
change. I will give them the tools, I will keep them accountable and walk them down the path. And any road hazards that come in their way, I will help remove them, but they ultimately have to do the work. I give them the first week, they have to go through these daily exercises. So we have a daily routine. And some
Oh,
of them are like, that's too much. I'm like,
yeah.
just do it. Just do it. Stop doing whatever it is you're doing in the morning. Get off of Facebook, get off of social media, get whatever you're doing and do these things. It'll take you less than 10 minutes. And one of the things that we do is we do this playback. I'm not going to give you all my secrets, but we do this playback 3 minutes, and I tell them you can take this playback and you could do it while you're going for a walk, if you do a workout, whatever you do. And sometimes my clients will take that and say that they'll record like 25 minutes. And I'm like, why did you record 25 minutes? It said 3 minutes. So they'll take something and they'll like go off on a tangent. And I'm like, I didn't say that.
Yeah.
Or the second biggest challenge is when they have a task and they'll just downplay it. They'll just be like, I can't do that. No one's commenting. Like if they do a social media post, I'll tell them exactly how to do their post, how to word it. And then, well, nobody, and then I'll tell them to test it. Oh, well, not one person commenting. Nobody's going to comment. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, okay, it's all right. Let's just redo it. If nobody commented, how long has it been? It's been 5 minutes. Well, you gotta,
Yeah,
you gotta wait more than 5 minutes.
yeah, different time zones. People are asleep and working and stuff. Like they just have to be patient.
Yeah.
But one of the questions I did want to ask you was, do you need to be certified to become a coach?
For Oola, you do. You do need to be certified as an Oola coach. They have a wonderful program that walks you through, it gives you hands on. You go through the program yourself, so you know exactly what your client is going through. And then there's the coaching aspect of it. So, depending on how familiar you are with the problem, determines how long it does take to get certified. I did it. I go gun ho. I'm a red green personality, so I just went gun ho into Oola, introduced in July, dived into it, got through some of their challenges, read all of their stuff, all of their blogs, and I'm like, okay, I want to be certified now. So they interview you to see if you're a good fit, because they don't accept all coaches. And if you're a good fit for their program, you get to be certified. And it took me about I think I spent like, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours a day doing it, 5 days a week, and I was certified in like 6 weeks.
That's not bad. And what's the program called? I might want to join it when I become better.
Yeah, it's called Oola. So Oola actually has two programs now. So there's my coaching program, which is modules delivered to your inbox, and then I meet with my clients for 12 weeks. Is that they watch 10 modules. We go through the 7 F's, which is your fitness, finance, family, field, which is your career, faith, friends, and fun. And then we start off with doing a Oola wheel assessment. So we figure out where you're at, so then you know where you need to go, and we set goals and accountability. And then there's blockers. There's 7 blockers, which some of them are shame, guilt, laziness, to name a couple or a few. And then there's accelerators like grace, love, and we help. Like I help my clients take anything that's blocking them from moving forward, like fear, shame, and guilt are the top 3 that I work with. Why are you afraid? Like I have a lot of clients that are afraid to go live on Facebook. Well, why are you afraid? Let's work through that. So
Yeah.
as a aroma freedom practitioner, I actually incorporate the Oola framework with the aroma freedom, and my healing journey class that I'm a facilitator for. It's a 29-week program where it helps you process why you think a feeling and how to process it to forgive the other person and to move on. So I combined those things to create my signature Soar program, and then we apply this process. Oola just launched on July 7th an international program through an e-learning platform that's super affordable. The goal is to reach 1 billion people in 7 years to get their Oola life to be balanced. And it's
Wow.
super affordable. I mean, it's less than $2 a day. And anybody in the world can download, they can go on their computer, they can get in this e-learning platform. They create their blueprint, they go through phase 1. And then after phase 1, they can actually download the app and go to begin phase two, which is a transformational program. It takes about 12 weeks to go through that. And it delivers every 7 days a program that's customized to you specifically. So the first part of it, when you do the Oola Wheel assessment, they ask you the 10 questions in each of those 7 categories. And how you answer them is going to determine your breakthrough process. It's going to determine how you're going to go through the program to be fully transformed. So I love that it's customized to the person, and it actually is, intelligent enough to create something where you can actually be transformed. And then on my team, we come together, the members come together. We have one monthly coaching session. It's called a summit. And then my team gets 2 monthly coaching sessions from me, which is awesome. So I don't know what other teams do, but I offer that to my team members so that they can just get the best support possible. So once a month, we do coaching on one of the 7 F's or the accelerators, the blockers. We alternate. And then the other coaching session is an aroma freedom session where we break through the blockers. We clear those blocks so that we can move forward and we can reach our goals. And, whatever that is, if it's to get an emergency savings account, to save for a trip, to, release pounds, to get a better night's sleep, whatever goal that they want to work on. I utilize that. I implement that in the membership
I
program.
love that. I love that coaching. Like, it's not very many people that I would say I would love for this person to coach me, because a lot of them neglect their clients, and that's my biggest fear about hiring a coach is I don't want to be neglected or freak out about, because some people will forget about you. And I'm like, I don't know. It's really difficult. So, what advice would you give those who want to hire a life coach that's like
Interview
me,
them.
that's like skeptical?
Definitely. Yeah, that's a great question because I hired a lot of coaches that weren't a good fit because I didn't get to know, like, and trust them. And just like we're looking at clients, we're looking for our ideal client, our soulmate client. We need to build that know, like, trust factor. A client needs to build that know, like, trust factor with their coach. Hop on a call with your coach. If you can't hop on a call with your coach for 15 minutes and get to know them, move on, because it's not going to be a good fit if you don't know how they're going to coach. And I watched coaches and saw how they were doing it, like in their workshops, and didn't realize that that's what they were going to teach me. I didn't like what they were doing. I didn't feel comfortable doing what they were doing. It seemed to me very tedious and very time consuming. And working full time, I have to optimize my time. I only have a couple hours a day to do my coaching business. So how do I optimize it? So I have a great coach. I have a great coach now. She's fantastic. And definitely the support and accountability is such a key. I mean, I can contact my coaches, my coach. I have a team of coaches. So I have one main coach and then there's a team, but I can post something and they'll get back to me. They'll hop on a call with me. So there's tons of support. And I was in a group of coaches, a group with a coach with 1,000 people, totally got lost. And it was too much. And I realized I like the smaller groups. So I keep my groups small. My coaching groups are small. And I'm always checking on. I'm like, you guys, you need anything at all. I'm your accountability mentor. I'm your partner. I am me. The only time I'm not going to get back to you right away is on Saturdays and Sundays, because I do take Saturdays and Sundays off. Saturday mornings, I tend to work a little bit, but Sunday is off. I'm not working on Sunday. If you IM me on Sunday, I might get back to you late in the evening, but don't fret, because I'm just not focused on my phone, on my social media stuff, on my business on Sundays.
Yeah, I don't blame you at all. I want to thank you so much, Lisa, for coming on my show today.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm honored. Thank you so much.
You have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
Bye. Hey, everyone. I want to thank you all so much for supporting my podcast and for listening to my interview with Lisa. If you would like to learn more about her coaching, you can go to her website. It's lisadrennon.com. So I hope you all check out her website. She's doing amazing things, helping people. So I hope you all have a great day. Make great choices. Thank you.